Welcome to Bottom Line Sports Talk. I'm George Abram. You know my partner Albert Campman. Al, once a year, sports, the seasons change. We have the most chaos we've ever had in terms of who's playing where and when. We had a hiatus in the NBA and NHL. We have a late start in MLB, but we want to talk baseball. It is a sport that the locals get into. We have Indian fans watching. We have Pirate fans watching. We have baseball fans watching. Let's take a look. It's going to be different. Let's face it, different than it's been in the past.
Yeah, exciting they're playing, though. And I think most of the fans in the area can't wait to get to their TV and watch major leaguers playing, watching without fans, but knowing that it's a 60-game season, and in 60 games, anything can happen. You better get out of the gate quickly, though. You don't want to be behind the 8 ball. You don't want to lose 10 of your first 12 because then it can be very difficult. They have made the playoffs much wider with regards to, 16 teams, George, is that correct?
They're using literally.
And I like it.
I like
a
it.
60-game season, I do it. In a 162, I don't.
Okay.
In a 60-game season, I like, because I don't know who's going to win that thing.
Let's step back and let's look. We have some viewers that just follow it. They're not 24/7, but they do follow. Let's start at the top. National League will have a DH. Your thoughts on the DH? They've had one in the American League back to Ron Blomberg, I believe was the first one. How do you feel about that, and what does it do to a lineup like the Dodgers? It's already filthy.
Yeah, I hate it, and I'm a dinosaur. That's my line for on these radio and TV shows. I like when baseball is pitching changes, bunts, hit and runs, but most importantly, pitching changes. There's no reason to make any pitching changes when it's DH. Everybody bats, everybody just plays. The pitcher's pitching good or bad,
leave them in.
Yeah, there's no reason not to. Sometimes when it's a 2-2 game and your pitcher's
bottom of the
great,
fifth, first two guys get on, 9 batters up,
make the decision.
You pinch hit.
Right. So
you don't have that decision.
No, you don't have to worry about that. No, there's no decisions.
Any strategy to who bats ninth, turning the lineup over and all that?
No, that changed a long time ago. They bat the best hitter second now. That's the way they do it. So
that's analytics.
Yeah, analytics is in place. So I'm not a DH guy. I always enjoy the National League.
No,
it doesn't even that.
Let me ask you something too. Do you think this is just for this year, or do you see it's coming
for good? It's in for good.
Creates 30
never
jobs.
Going back. Yeah.
Create 30 jobs.
Never going back. Never.
I was telling you a little bit on our weekly show that when they were going to vote for it, one of the guys that was instrumental was the president of the Phillies, because he had Luzinski and Moreland, and they couldn't field. So they said, if we can get the DH in, we can play them both. Mm-hmm. Luzinski leaves the next year, goes to the White Sox, and becomes DH of the year 2 out of 3 years.
Yeah, and that is what everybody's looking for. That hitter they can pay, who can play into his late 30s, hit the heck out of the ball. And Cabrera from Detroit fits that bill. He's always been the prototype. Ortiz for Boston was the prototype. So now everybody's been looking for that.
And what's the idea behind it? More offense.
Yeah, more. Yeah.
Do people like those games better? 8-7 than 2-1.
Yeah, the normal.
You don't.
No, I don't. Not at all.
Okay.
But the young fans, that's what they're looking for. They're not looking at us old timers.
They've lost young fans, haven't they?
Yeah, they need to get the young fans. That's why they're trying new rules.
Good point.
These new rules don't fit with us.
No.
But putting a guy on second in the extra innings and having a pitcher pitch to 3 batters.
What do you think of that? Now you can.
Once again, I'm a dinosaur.
Now the 3 batters, if you get last out of the inning, you're good.
Right.
But other than that, you can't lefty righty. Like Joe Madden, see how many times he come out and be seen.
Yeah, they're trying. They're trying to reach the young fans. They want the game fast. They don't want any downtime. They want. So there was too many pitching changes. They go to the restroom. They put their phone on. Now maybe the game would go a little faster. They'll gain some young fans. That's for other people.
Now let me ask you: 40 games in your division. 4 other teams, 10.
Right.
5 on your corresponding team in the American or National League, depending upon which division. 4. I thought. Then I'm looking up the Mets and the Yankees, and the Yankees play the Mets more than they play Miami.
Yeah, that hurts some people, doesn't it?
Absolutely. I don't think it's fair, Al.
It does hurt some people. I look for each division to be tight though to the end. I really do. That's what I see happen.
Your nephew loves DeGrom, by the way.
That's because he has them in fantasy.
Yeah, he loves them. Oh my goodness.
When you're running a fantasy team,
yeah, back to
you
back.
You love all the guys.
All right, now let's do this. I think we owe it to our fans. Let's look last year and see where the various teams were after 60 games.
Yeah,
and see.
That will tell you a lot about what it was like.
I know one team that people are going to be shocked, and we'll talk about it. But let's start at the top. Dodgers 41-19. Any surprise there?
No.
How about this year?
No. Yeah, this year.
Sound about right?
They'll be the same thing.
I got them 38-22.
Yeah, that's what they're going to be. They're going to be right around that same area. And Dodgers, well, they're going to win, but they're going to win close to 40 games. I'll say that they'll be right. They'll be right at that 40 game thing. Yes.
I look at San Diego, San Francisco, Colorado, and I'm like, I don't see much there. I mean, that's just me. How about the Cubs at 34-26 last year? They'd be right there.
Yeah. The Cubs, they'll be there with the.
What do you think, Cubs
Cardinals?
This year? We'll talk about it later.
No, right in the middle. I mean,
Right
30-30, something like that. I mean, yeah, that's what I think.
They don't knock you over.
I don't see them doing great now.
The Brewers 34-26. They lost a couple guys, and I saw people writing them off. Are they being?
They'll write them off. No, they'll be right about 500. A little bit under 500, I think.
Really?
But yeah, they'll be there once again. And this, if this is all guesswork, guys.
Yeah.
And we got them. By the way, don't ever listen to the experts.
No,
they're never right.
No,
I will tell you that. You want to listen to George and I?
Yeah.
We might not be geniuses, but we know more than they
We do better than they
I mean, they're never right.
No, our Saturday picks are so much
Yeah, they're
better.
never right.
It's not even funny. Phillies are 33-27. I happen to know that Al Campman likes.
I love the Phillies this year, so that's my team. I like the Phillies a lot. We'll see what happens. That's the team I like.
Braves 33-27.
Mm-hmm.
They had an opening game with the Mets, first one to score. Not good, but it like you said, it's a long season. Even though it's only 6.
Well, every game's a different game. That's all it is.
What's it worth? Like 2.3 games or
yeah,
something?
Yeah, so they say it is a little different. Yeah.
Twins 40-20. They were our surprise team last year. We had them.
We said the Twins were going to be good,
and we had the Reds this year. Well before this stinking delay.
Yeah, the Reds are our surprise team this year.
And they're not a surprise now, huh?
We'll say that. Their odds went down.
Yeah.
They did go down.
Astros 40-20. I mean, I can't count a team out with Verlander and Greinke.
You won't.
Can you?
Not with the lineup they have either. No, so you put that lineup in there, and they probably got the third best bullpen in baseball. So you put their bullpen with it. That's a really good team.
Yankees 38-22 last year. This year I have them. That's about where I have them.
Yeah, right around the 40. Right around the 40 range.
I have a buddy who always plays them over. He was a little leery this year. I said, why?
Yeah,
they mashed
them. Play them. They have the depth. When I say depth, I'm talking about to play anybody. It comes down with the virus. So what? We put somebody else in.
LeMay's not in the lineup. He's a batting chip.
Yes.
I get so, my thoughts on the Yankees. I'm the wrong guy. Rangers, here's the team. 32-28 last year. They've added some pitching. Could they be a factor? You got Angels and you got Oakland and Houston in your division.
Yeah, that's why they can make the playoffs.
Okay, that's
but
right.
They're not as good as the Astros.
That's what I was asking. Here's something.
They're not as good as the Astros.
The average fan wouldn't know this. I know you would know it. Washington last year threw 60 games. Not good. They were 19-31. I think over 50, but at 60 they're 27-33.
Yep, 27-33.
They're done this year
after 60 games, and you can't afford that kind of start because you'll sit out, and that's why they put 16 teams in because they're thinking about the Washington last year. They don't want a team that's really good left out because of injury or whatever. So when you look at the 60 games, the bullpens will take over. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. The best pitchers are going to pitch one day out of 5 are going to pitch innings. The other 4 days are going to be filled in with openers, filled in with the bullpens. Really interested to see what happened. There's always 2 or 3 surprise teams, George.
Absolutely.
And there's always the regulars.
Now let's talk about the League Pittsburghs and NL Central. Cincinnati, we liked them way back when. It's like there's been a delay, but nothing's changed. They went out and got some players.
Yeah, they got good pitchers right now. When you got Gray, Castillo, and Bauer, that's three guys that really can pitch the ball. Bullpen's good also.
Talk about Trevor Bauer with me for a minute. I'm still blaming Tito for the World Series. You know, I'm blaming for putting him in the second time. First time,
right.
Second time, fooled me twice. I'm still blaming Tito, by the way. Up 3-1 to the Cubs, and I had to watch Joe Madden win it. See, it got me twice.
I got you twice.
But let me ask you, he's your third pitcher. You're pretty good.
Oh my gosh, that's why the Indians were good with their third pitcher. Yeah, Bauer has tremendous stuff. He's a nutcase. He'll speak his mind, but you talk about a third pitcher like him. That's why we like the Reds. We like the Reds a whole lot because of that. So when you talk about Bauer, has all the pitches, can get you out with the fastball, get you out with the curveball.
Just doesn't mind saying his mind, which
he is not going to shut up. That's one thing.
No,
he is not going to be quiet. No.
I agree. And then Cincinnati, you got the Royals and Pirates and Tigers. You can make a little headway.
That's what you're playing. That's what you're playing against.
I mean, really.
And when you're playing those lousy teams, they're minor leaguer. Mm-hmm. They're minor league teams, and I like the White Sox too. Other team, I like the White Sox.
Like the White Sox.
I like the White Sox a lot. I think they're young. I think the youth will mean a lot in this season, and I think they have some guys that when you put them on that field, talent steps up, and I think the White Sox are that team.
Let's take the divisions apart now. We'll look at the various divisions. Remember now, starters will get 10, 12 starts. They're not getting 32 starts.
No, most don't get.
38%, I think, is what 60 is to 160.
They should stay healthy. I'll say that. There's no reason why.
Okay.
If you came into the season healthy,
okay,
you should stay healthy, and your arm should be rested because the bullpens are going to be highly used. 40 games is what is going to be considered a great season. If you win 40 games, then you're on top of the world.
Now in the East, you like Phillies.
Yeah, I'm a Philly guy. Okay. I really like Phillies.
All right.
I think Harper's going to have a tremendous 60 games.
He can.
And one of those guys that carry the load. I think they're with Jay Bruce batting 7th or 8th. Tells you how formidable their lineup is. I think Didi Gregorius was a great pickup too.
Oh, I always liked him with the Yankees. Mm-hmm. I think they underestimated his importance. We'll find out.
Right. We will find out. But I like the Phillies. The league is really good though. The league is good with the Braves and the Mets and Washington. It's a really good league. So,
absolutely. You have the Braves second?
Yeah, and everybody's picking the Braves first.
Okay.
So I'm the only guy who did.
Well, that's okay. That's why we're here.
Yeah, that's what I said. Everybody has the Braves.
We're not going to mimic those guys that get those games wrong every year.
They love the Braves.
I got Duke. Mm-hmm. I got Michigan State. Yeah.
Yeah, they pick
and every year they're,
I thought losing Josh Donaldson was big for the Braves. Okay. I thought he gave them that little spark of competitiveness. I think they got a lot of young guys that will fall apart. They're going to depend on Freddie Freeman a lot.
Okay.
Carry the load there.
Fulton Evans, the last exhibition game, he got raw.
Yeah, on paper, the Braves are the team.
Okay.
I'd say that on paper, but you don't win on paper. That's for sure.
You got Washington next?
Yeah, Washington still has that top 2 pitchers. That's why. And when you got Scherzer and Strasburg,
you have to be too.
That keeps you in there. But Soto going down for the first part of the season really hurt them. You can't lose your best player and try to compete. So they're going to win a lot of games.
He's just a kid.
3-2, 2-1.
He's just a kid.
Can you win those games?
Mets, they have enough hitting.
Yeah, they do. The Mets have I don't know if they have enough pitching behind DeGrom. That's my worry.
Yeah, Jerry Steinfeld said they got a Cespedes for the rest of us. Yeah. He did hit the first homer the other day.
Yeah, he did.
And then
he's a good DH. That helped them a lot.
Hey, we got the Marlins at 20 and 40. We pretty much agree.
Yeah.
They are what they are.
Yeah, the Marlins, they have no pitching depth. After their first couple pitchers, they really go down the tubes. But it is a tough division. It is a really tough division. The Braves got Ozuna. Cole Hamels is old. I thought I didn't think that was a good pickup. I don't think he's nearly good.
All right.
And when you're depending on Felix Hernandez, that's why I can't pick the Braves.
He's been
Braves.
shot.
The Braves is going to be a nice tight race.
He's like having an old car.
Yeah.
You put it
great tight race. It's going to be a tight race.
The Central, we like the Reds. We got them about 8 over 500. Yeah. 34-26, 35-25.
Yeah, most people are picking the Cardinals and Cubs. We're picking the Reds.
Cardinals.
Yeah, so we think the Reds. We talked about them already.
Let's talk about the Cardinals a little bit. It seems to me they're one of those teams that changed the name in the back, but it's the Cardinals. It's the way the Cardinals play this way.
Yeah, they've always done that.
Okay.
They have a way of getting it done.
Okay.
No question. Flaherty at the top of the rotation. Great pitcher.
First game was strong.
Yeah, he's a great pitcher. I think their hit is really weak. Really a weak hitting team, and I think that's going to make them 500 team. I think their pitching's fine. I think they're going to be in a lot of one-run games. Lots of one-run games.
Yeah. Brewers right around 500.
I think Brewers and Cubs will be around 500. I do think that. That's
Cubs the same?
Yeah, I think both of them will be around 500. Once again, 500 might get you in.
Yeah, and all you need to do is get in.
Yeah, 500 could get you in. I think the Brewers and Cubs will be fighting for that.
Let's talk about our local team. We have two, the Pirates. Let's talk Pirates, and we'll talk Indians a little bit.
Yeah, well, the Pirates are just pathetic.
They're just what they are.
They're just pathetic. No, this is the worst team they put on the field.
In years.
Yeah, this is by far the worst team they put on the field.
One bopper.
I can't even, yeah. Bell hits the home runs. The rest of them are all... Newman's a decent hitter. Reynolds a decent hitter. But when Frazier's batting third in their lineup, you know how weak you are. And then I'll add this to it. Their pitching's worse than they're hitting. So, I don't know how they're winning 24 games. The team they put on that field, it's really sad. I think the Brewers really lost out not signing Grandal and Moustakas.
Why do you think they let them both go? Was it money?
It's money. It was money all the way. It's always money.
I hate to see that.
And Moustakas ended up with the Reds, and so the Reds have put some money out there, and that's why we're picking them. They decided we're gonna pay some money. We'll pay it and try to win some.
Well, let's speed through the National League West because we see it both as a one-car wreck.
Yeah,
it's everybody chasing the Dodgers.
Well, the Dodgers are the class of baseball. They have been, but they get upset in the playoffs. But they're the best team with regards to their depth. The DH really helped them a lot, no question about it. I do like the Padres a lot, though. Padres are good.
They were one of my sleepers. I'm glad you said it. We didn't talk. I'm glad you said it.
Well, they're going to be really good in the bullpen. That's why.
Okay.
So if they're going to play 5 or 6 inning games, you better hope their San Diego's not ahead in the 5 or 6.
Because you're not.
Because they're going to take.
All right, let's look at the league. We want to spend time with Cleveland. We spend time with Pittsburgh. We got the Twins winning that with the White Sox second.
Yeah.
Do you see the gap close, Al?
Yeah.
2-3 games.
Yeah, I do.
The season's so short.
Yeah, I think it's that way, and I like the White Sox a lot. I already talked about that. The Twins have a murderers row lineup.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be in a lot of high scoring games.
They hit the ball.
You know, they can really score. They won 100 games last year, so there's no surprise.
We had them last year. We had an easy over last year.
307
St. Louis over.
307 home runs last year.
Yeah, hear that again.
Yeah, it's a lot.
The old Yankees were murderers row at 240.
And I told you, Atlanta lost Josh Donaldson. They added Josh Donaldson.
Yeah.
So he's a guy that go and really competes. I like guys that compete, so I really like the Twins.
White Sox Indians, can they both make it? With the new playoff format, they could.
Yeah, they could. White Sox, both of them are around 500 again.
Okay.
They'll be right there. White Sox will be much improved, around 500. Twins will be the team to beat. Indians' lineup's weak. I don't like their line, but I always like their pitching staff. Indian pitching staff. Lindor's going to have to carry him. He can be because he's awesome. As I said, the White Sox have a lot of young talent, and Carcione, I think, is always a good pickup for any team. I think when you pick him up, he happens to be on winning teams all the time, so I do like that. And then you got the two teams, the Royals and Tigers, are so bad that these teams can rack up some wins in their own division, George.
Oh yeah, the Tigers and Royals. Honestly, I think they'll struggle to win 40 or 20. But as you say, even the bad teams win 50, 55 games in their whole season,
right?
Which comes out to about 20, 21.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be. I would think the Royals will win a little more than the Tigers.
Well,
then the Royals are a little better.
I agree.
But both of them are very weak.
Let's look at the AL West. They're handing it. Some people, not everyone. They're impressed. You know, they bring this "look at me, Joe" out there. But the bottom line is, you got to beat the Astros.
Yeah, I like the Angels team. I do like the Angels team this year. I thought they picked up some really good players. I think Rendon's a big pickup. He's out right now a little bit, not playing. But you talk about a winner. Rendon's a winner to lot. And a great player. Absolutely. You put him with Trout and Ohtani. You put that lineup on the field every day. The pitcher can get, if you hold 4 runs, they can win some games. Yeah, I like their team. I thought losing Cole is really going to hurt Houston. We're going to see if Greinke can come back and be that good second
Andrew
pitcher.
and Greinke had a social disorder when he was with the Twins.
Yeah,
He had some issues.
he has some issues. Yeah, exactly.
Let's talk a little bit. This Angels team, you know, you have the big star. Of course, you bring in the well-known, you know, look at me manager. The bottom line is you still have to beat Houston. And, you know, the Athletics every year.
The A's are always there.
We're in the same boat. We'll be talking. We'll say, you know, I know one thing. I'll be riding in the car and I'll hear someone say, oh, the A's are going to be
They'll be in the
okay.
playoffs. The A's will be in the playoffs. I have no doubt.
I think the A's and Indians might be your wild card.
Yeah, the A's are going to be in the playoffs. I never question that. They just don't have enough to win it. They don't put enough money in to win what they have to do.
No.
But they will be there. And I can't say the Indians for sure because I like the White Sox.
Okay.
But I do think there'll be 3 teams in that league in the playoffs.
Okay. Well, you have room for 2, 3.
Angels and the Astros and the Athletics.
Yeah. The Rangers added some pitching.
Yeah, they're trying. They are trying. But when Lance Lynn is your number one player, a number one starter, I still think that's not enough.
And Seattle, I honestly.
Seattle's giving up. Seattle's giving up.
You know, they've lost to the Houston Astros 19 out of 20.
Yeah, a lot of teams have lately, though. Houston's been the team. So,
boy, that's.
But Seattle really has no team right now. They've given up on what they had. So that's just the way it is. Seattle is Pittsburgh in the American League. Just redoing, rostering your team completely.
Yeah, well, then the one we want to talk about with time remaining, the big elephant in the room is the Yankees. How many wins? How will they do it? I heard Chipper Jones pick the Rays. It surprised me. I've not heard much other than Dodgers-Yankees. What's the chances?
Well, the Rays have really good starting pitching.
Okay.
And, you know, that's what they're basing it on. They're basing it on their pitching staff, but they also base it on how they play. They play openers. They play everything you do in a 60-game season. So they're kind of used to playing that way. But their targets on their back a little more this year because people are looking at them. You know,
so not surprising you.
Sometimes before.
And then opening game, I know. So it's only one game. Well, don't forget, one's like 3 now.
Yeah, one's like 3. Yeah, you want to keep playing and try to win 2 out of 3. That's the goal. Try to win 2 out of 3. And baseball never will change.
What's Cole do for the Yankees?
Playoffs.
With Severino out.
Well, Cole was one of the 3 best pitchers in baseball. So I don't think that.
Remember when he was at Pittsburgh? He'd pitch well. Then,
because he didn't play for a good team.
And he knew if he gave up 3 runs, he lost.
Yeah.
That has to be different.
Yeah.
You look at your bench and you see these monsters. You look, if I give up 2 or 3 today, I'm winning.
The Yankees, Houston are 2 of the top 4 teams.
Yeah.
In baseball. He's played on both of the last. Mm-hmm. So he can have a bad outing, give up 4 runs, and win 7-4. But most of the times he's given 1 or 2 runs, and that's almost a sure victory with the Yankees or the Astros. So when you got Garrett Cole, you're getting a workhorse too. I mean, he goes out there every 4 or 5 days and pitches. So.
Yeah, the other night in the opening game, he sure didn't look like he was tired.
No, he's not.
Big, strong kid.
He's huge. Number 1 pick in the draft. So there's nothing surprising about him. No.
Someone the other day was saying they were being facetious. They were saying, "Boy, I can't wait for the Pirates to get started. We got Cole, we got Glasnow, and they were down to Musgrove, who would have been the 5th. Now he's the 1.
Yeah, they don't have the same rotation they had.
So
it's baseball.
But it's money, too.
I'm saying. They didn't sign it. They're not signing him.
How about the Rays? You mentioned the Rays. They need Snell to come back. Snell had some unfortunate comments when the delay, and I think if he had to move his words back, he would have done it.
Yeah, but he wins. He goes 7-0.
Oh, no.
No one's going to care. Yeah, they went out and got Hunter Renfroe and Jose Martinez as the fill in there for some power. They needed some power to match the Yankees. That's what they're hoping is going to happen.
How about the Red Sox? You get rid of Mookie Betts, and you already lost.
They'll be around 500.
You can't.
They'll be a 500 team.
You know what? Someone said to me the other day, they said, the money with the Dodgers and this and that, they said the Red Sox offered him $300 million. Bets. There was some racial undertones there.
He knew, huh?
He did not want to go back to Boston.
So Boston's been known for that.
Last team to cross the integration.
Yeah, Boston, Bill Russell hated
Bill
playing
Russell
there.
hated it too.
Yeah, he did.
So there must be a little more to that than we're talking about. Any surprise, like the Blue Jays, they got
A lot of good young
Vlad Jr., Bichette Jr.
A lot
Can they
of
do
really
anything?
good young players. But once again, there's another part that's called pitching. You know, they don't have pitching. They don't have a pitcher to get it done. No question about it.
One last item, then I'm going to get your World Series. Are the Orioles lucky there aren't 100 games to lose? I mean, I don't know how else to say
Well,
it. 162.
Yeah, they've broken up their team. They're a minor league team. You know, there's about 5 minor league teams, and Orioles are one. And they're only a minor team. They play in the hardest division. So you know that's so.
And then when you get your off-league games, it's Phillies,
Oh my
Mets,
gosh. Yeah, they can't win. They can't win 18
Braves.
games. They can't win 18 games.
No,
They can't.
no.
No,
And you know what? Miami, a couple guys that can shut you out.
Yeah.
That's the other thing about Miami. They're not nearly. Like,
They're not Baltimore.
No.
Yeah, they're not Baltimore. Miami's lousy, but they're not Baltimore.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Minute or so left. How's it going to shake out when it's all said and done? Who's standing up with that?
Well, I've said it
that
from the
has
start, and I will knock it off. It. I can't go against the Yankees. I think they're so much better than everybody else in the American League. So, the Yankees. In the National League, I went with the Phillies all along. I'll stay with the Phillies, but I wouldn't be surprised that it's the Dodgers Yankees. And everybody's picking the same two teams. On paper, it looks I just like the Phillies a lot. I like your big year for Harper. That's why.
Yeah.
I think Harper's going to put us up.
I have a buddy listens to our radio show. He loves the fact that you love the Phillies. He's a big Phillies
He's a Philly fan.
Oh, he loves them. He loves
Yeah.
it. He's all excited. I don't know how you can, as you say, you know, you have to beat this chalk. It's going to be tough. And, you know, when you look at teams like the Dodgers, they haven't won since '88. Now, I know they've won 7 divisions.
Yeah, I just said they're going to be there. I just said they're going to win the championship because I picked the Yankees.
I got you.
You know, but the Dodgers are going to be there again. I mean, they're just loaded. What can I say? They got a major league team where half these other teams have minor league teams. You know, that's where the Dodgers are.
Hey, you heard it here. Thanks again for watching Bottom Line Sports Talk. We'll see you next week.